Love is not a coincidence, it is a matter of frequency, timing, and placement. The universe has a navigation system, and astrology is its guidebook. You don't have to wait for the game to change for you. You can learn to consciously move the piece of your life. Because, let's be honest for a moment. Do you know that feeling when you meet someone and suddenly they are there? Those butterflies in your stomach? That absolute certainty that exactly now and exactly here something magical just happened? We all long for this state of being, for cloud nine, for that feeling of coming home, for that deep, electrifying connection. But how often have you sat at home, frustrated, asking yourself, why isn't this happening to me? Am I doing something wrong? Am I blocked? You date, you hope. And in the end, it often feels like an exhausting, passive waiting game in a 3D world that seemingly dictates all the rules. You feel like a pawn of fate. Today, we want to open your eyes to the visible playing field you are actually moving on. You see, most people make a fundamental mistake. They try to force love on the purely physical 3D level of the matrix. They change their appearance. They swipe on dating apps. They run from one event to the next. They change the game piece, but they do not understand the rules of the game. Looked at from the eagle-eye view, this life is an energetic playing field. And as long as you move across it, unconsciously, you are basically just replaying the loop cycles of your past. You keep meeting the exact same type of person, just in a different costume. But when you start to understand astrology not as horoscope entertainment, but as your cosmic controller, the game changes. You stop suffering the matrix and you start playing it consciously to unlock this wonder of love. We are going to look at two very specific examples today. Two cosmic dials that you can actively adjust. The when and the where. The first dial is timing, the when. In the cosmos, there are exact windows of time when your very own personal server for love is unlocked. Let's look at our first example, the transit of Lilith. In astrology, Lilith represents the wild, untamed primordial force. She holds our deepest, unfiltered truth and absolute raw magnetic power. When Lilith transits through a specific house in your birth chart, a completely new magnetic gateway opens on your playing field. During this time, you suddenly break free from old people-pleasing dating patterns. You stop playing by the rules of the 3D matrix. Instead of trying to fit into a box, you radiate a raw, electrifying essence. And that is exactly what attracts encounters that cuts straight to the soul. When you're aware of this Lilith timing, you stop forcing yourself onto boring dates. Instead, you know, right now, my frequency is dialed into absolute, uncompromising magnetism. You ride the wave instead of swimming against the current. But now comes the absolute game changer that most people completely overlook. The location, the where. This is the physical movement of your game piece on the board. This brings us to our second example, Astrocartography. It shows us that at the exact moment of your birth, the planets drew their energies like invisible lines of force across our globe. These lines are like geographical frequency bands. Perhaps you are currently living in a city that is sitting right under a heavy testing Saturn line. Saturn demands structure, discipline, and confrontation with your own shadows. Do you really still wonder why dating feels like hard work there and lacks any sense of ease? And yet, Just a few flight hours away, your Venus-Descendant line crosses the playing field. Venus is pure love and attraction, and the Descendant represents the other person, your ideal partner. This specific line is the ultimate geographical jackpot for connection, romance, and encounter. Sometimes it is enough to move your game piece just a tiny bit on the board, directly onto this line, and the game respawns instantly. But here is the deeper secret you must understand. A Venus-Descendant line is not a magic wand that just drops your dream partner at your feet while you walk by staring at your phone. And a Lilith transit doesn't wave away your personal responsibility either. Astrology does not change your outer world. It changes your inner resonance. When you step onto a Venus line, the playing field unlocks your own radiant aura. Suddenly, you feel more beautiful, softer, more receptive. Your frequency shifts. And because you switch to receive on the inside, the outside world has no choice but to mirror that exact energy back to you. You become magnetic. So, this is not about manipulating love or tricking fate. This is about sovereignty. It is about flowing with the current of the universe instead of standing exhausted on the shore. You're not here to suffer the matrix. You are here to play it consciously. Your birth code is already written in your energetic structure. All you have to do is read it, understand it, and make the next courageous move on the board. Write to me in the comments. Have you ever been to a place where meeting someone suddenly felt completely effortless and magical? We will see each other in the next video on the playing field of life.